And from South Africa, let's shift our focus to the latest from the Democratic Republic of Congo, where Rwanda-backed M23 rebels have continued their march in the mineral-rich east and have now captured the second biggest city in the region. The M23 rebels have now occupied the city of Bukavu, which is the capital of South Kivu province. This was after the rebels had seized a strategic military airport that was serving Bukavu last week. Now, this is a major victory for the Tutsi-led M23 rebel group, who now have a total control over the Lake Kivu region, which is situated on the border between the DRC and Rwanda. M23 has already captured Goma, which is the capital of the neighbouring North Kivu province, and have also seized the South Kivu towns of Nyabibwe and Kavumu, giving them a total control. In Bukavu, the M23 rebels reportedly saw little resistance from the Congolese armed forces, who had withdrawn from the city that has a population of over 1 million. This was to avoid fighting in densely populated areas of Bukavu. Several soldiers were allegedly seen fleeing alongside thousands of civilians, many of whom fled to neighbouring Burundi. As they entered Bukavu, the M23 fighters were applauded by residents on the streets, while some chanted cheerful slogans and called them their liberator.
We ask for nothing but peace, for them to bring back peace, then for them to let us work so that everyone can do their job as before.
Moreover, as the M23 strengthened their control over Bukavu, smoke could also be seen rising from the city's main prison, where a mass breakout occurred. The DRC government said it was following the developments in Bukavu and accused neighbouring Rwanda of occupation plans and grave human rights violations in the eastern region. It further said that it was doing everything possible to restore order and territorial integrity in the region. Meanwhile, adding to DRC's woes, another neighbour, Uganda, has threatened to attack a town in the Central African country's mineral-rich east. Uganda's military head and king of controversies, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, said in a post on social media platform X that the East African country would attack the town of Bunia in DRC unless all forces there surrendered their arms within 24 hours. Now, this came after Kainerugaba, who is known to make provocative comments and is widely seen as a successor to his father, President Yoweri Museveni, said that people from Bahima ethnic group were being killed in the DRC's east. For now, Kinshasa has said that it had no comments on Ugandan military chief Kainerugaba's controversial post. But the escalating crisis in the mineral-rich region of the DRC has fueled concerns of igniting a regional war. This is also because of the involvement of peacekeeping troops from multiple African nations that are supporting Kinshasa to protect its sovereignty. Now, the conflict in the DRC's east was also high on the African Union's summit agenda in Ethiopia that concluded over the weekend. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres stressed that regional escalation of the war must be avoided at any cost.
Regional escalation must be avoided at all costs. There is no military solution. The deadlock must end, the dialogue must begin, and the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the DRC must be respected.
But for now, repeated calls for immediate ceasefire and de-escalation from the international community have failed. Calls for Rwanda to end its military backing of the M23 have also gone in vain, and Kinshasa has refused to directly talk to the M23 rebels. whose latest offensive has displaced more than 6 million people in the region and has created one of the world's largest humanitarian crises.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we've put together for you. Touted as the minimum two-way defense from that video. India's neighbours were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
We were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote efforts. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.